this week. Currently on my way to our gardening session, but I think it's gonna get warmer. So the title of this video that I'm doing live is called Energy Emotion. You know, that's what emotions are, energy, emotion. And it's been a very interesting week. It's been a very expressive, observative, a very, very reflective week. And yeah, I guess the catalyst was definitely my little brother's wedding. And you know, not through blood, but you know, definitely more than a brother to me. And this was my late fiance's little brother, actual little brother. And what a journey, what a beautiful journey, what a beautiful development and transition that I was able to witness on this special day. And yeah, it was very heartwarming, very heart opening for myself. You know, being back around my late partner's family that I hadn't really seen for probably since she's passed away, which has been over 6 years ago now. And you know, it's no secret, but he is like the one that, yeah, he's the one that I speak to more than anybody else. And he's always got that special place in my heart of hearts. And yeah, just seeing, you know, when I first met him, I remember he was I met him at an athletics competition, and he was very young at that time. You know, I was quite shy. You know, I knew that he really looked up to his big sister. And then obviously life, the journey continued. He kind of experienced everything he experienced everything that we experienced, as well as, you know, also having his mom that was also diagnosed with cancer. And, you know, him living in that household, you know, definitely would have been tough, especially at the age that he was, you know, to know that his mom and sister are both kind of going through it, and they're both having treatment at the same time. You know, I definitely spoke about my late partner before, but maybe I'll do another video where it's kind of like really taking you on that journey of like what we experienced during that time. But, you know, yeah, the younger brother, he went through all that, and yeah, it was tough. It was a very, very tough time. And, you know, my late partner, she was very lively, very, very loving, she just brought life into every room that she was in. She brought the energy into the room. She brought people together, you know, and her legacy definitely lives on. You know, she is probably the catalyst as to why I'm on the journey that I'm on. For sure. That's definitely the catalyst of that. You know, her younger brother was very shy, he used to be very shy. And he used to come over to our place. You know, I guess it was definitely a safe place for him, where he felt comfortable. Maybe it was a release for him. And I guess during that time, I think I kind of put my emotions it wasn't really prioritized because I had other things to do, you know, making sure that she was okay. You know, I was definitely her main carer. So, you know, I wasn't really thinking about myself. I definitely was prioritizing her needs, and I gave her all my attention. And it's interesting because I guess when you're going through what you're going through, sometimes, you know, I never really thought about it before, but you can literally be someone's brightest light in your darkest times. And, you know, if you're true to your character and the way you are, I think it's not something that you'll probably be so self-aware about. But when you have things to do and you have priorities to kind of do, and yeah, I think sometimes you can kind of forget and you might be stuck in your own thoughts or whatever it may be. But yeah, like just seeing him in his development, his growth, and he definitely embodies, you know, my previous partner's a light and energy, and he's really come out of his shell. He's gone on to do some amazing stuff, and he'll be moving abroad soon. But yeah, even his speech, you know, acknowledging me, you know, yeah, it was very heart-opening, and for me it was really good for me to reflect, actually, especially during the times where loads of stuff was going on. Yeah, when loads of stuff was going on, I think sorry, I lost my trail of thought. Yeah, when loads of things were going on, I never really thought about the impact that my journey had had on so many other people, and even like my own family as well. Like, I know when she first passed away, you know, everybody wanted to be around me, everybody wanted to give me that support, comfort. And very early on, even during that time, I don't know, I just had this inner knowing of, if I can deal with this when it's raw and pure in its form, I'll be fine when people come around and people go, because I'm sitting with myself, you know. And that's not an easy thing to do. You know, we'll all have our own experience of doing that, but you've got to realize that it's okay to have support, it's okay to have the comfort. But for me personally, during that time, like, there was so many times where I just wanted to be by myself, having that thought, having that inner knowing of, yeah, if I could get through this by myself, like, I'm good, but you've got to be self-aware enough to know what works for you. And I think during that time, I think a lot of people probably felt very helpless, because they weren't able to provide me with any support, because I was kind of pushing it away, but not in a bad way, not in a malicious way. And yeah, so over the past few days, I've been kind of reflecting on the people that were around and the people that wanted to support me, and just really sending out gratitude and appreciation during those times. And even what I'd experienced, like, I've also lost baby twins, and, you know, family members, you know, that would have had a relation to the twins. Like, yeah, of course they would have had a feelings, or, you know, it might have brought up their own stuff, that maybe they've had a similar experience that, you know, I don't know. But I really was going deep into reflecting and, you know, sending out that love and that gratitude and the appreciation to those that were around during that time. And I think as well, even at the funeral, like, I had I'm just gonna call it, her name's Tanya. So my previous partner. So I had her cousin come up to me. You know, this is probably one of her favorite cousins, and I'd never met her before, never met her personally, and yeah, she was just really, you know, thanking me for what I'd done. You know, I was very young at that age as well, so I was 20 when she passed away. I was 27, but you know, we was together from like 23, and you know, she'd already been having her health stuff going on. And then obviously before she passed, 2014, that's when we lost the twins, and then obviously she passed away 6 years later. So yeah, it's definitely been a journey, but it's definitely been a journey where I think, you know, during the times that some things have happened, especially the twins, I think it was just me trying to comfort her and how she was feeling. I know there was a lot of guilt on her end. She thought that it was her fault, and you know, you as a partner reassuring her that it's not her fault. Yeah, it was, I guess it was quite tough, but I never really thought it was tough because I had other things to worry about. And yeah, when you're with someone and you love someone, you just want to make sure that they're okay, and that was what I was doing. So I don't think I really grieved that the twins, definitely the twins, I don't think I did. And you know, so yeah, a few days ago I went back to the grave with my partner, or my current partner, and she's so supportive. You know, I was emotional. I was very, very emotional. I've been emotional over the last few days. And yeah, a lot of stuff's come up for me where, you know, I've kind of never really realized the impact not only have I made on people, but the impact of the journey and the experiences that I'd experienced that had a direct influence on people. So, you know, people had experienced that, and yeah, of course it must have been hard. But I guess when you're living it, breathing it, and really experiencing it, you kind of just seen it from your own standpoint, really, especially those hard times. So yeah, it's been very transformative over the last few days, and I'm always growing. But yeah, this was a big release, and I'm not really too sure about, you know, all the portals and Lionsgate and all that sort of stuff, but apparently it's meant to be like a big emotional release, and that is something that I definitely felt and definitely experienced. But yeah, it's been a lovely reflective period, and yeah, like even just I was honored to be invited to his special day, and yeah, I've been really reflecting a lot on a lot of stuff. And yeah, you know, sometimes you might go through some things, sometimes you want to distract yourself from things. You know, we're all probably guilty of doing this, you know, suppressing and you know, distracting yourself. You know, you might be going through some stuff currently, and maybe you're just working extra hard just because you don't want to kind of sit with a thing, or whatever it may be. We all find a way to, you know, distract ourselves just to make ourselves feel okay. But it's okay not to feel okay. It's okay to feel. Sometimes we don't know that we're feeling a particular way until we really sit on it. Sometimes you might have suppressed so much stuff that the littlest thing could trigger us into an emotional release, and we don't even know because we've suppressed so much. And I think it's not about trying to figure it out. I think it's just about, at that particular moment of time, I think it's about just allowing the emotion, the energy to be in full motion. And when you do that, over time, I think you'll be able to really have a level of awareness where you're able to dive a little bit deeper. You know, the twins, my previous fiance, these are definitely two huge losses that I'd experienced. And even being so young as well, like not having anyone around me or knowing anyone around me that had experienced the same things, especially both things at once, or in their lifetime. Yes, I believe there are organizations, you know, that are able to support people that are going through grief, you know, whether it's losing a child, children, or a partner. But at that time, for me, I think it was just too much for me, and I didn't know really where to start, and I didn't really feel the need to talk to someone, you know. And I don't even think that was a stubborn thing. I think that was just didn't know where to start, and I think I had other stuff to worry about, my own worries to worry about. And you know, now my partner recently has sent me there's a podcast where, you know, there's men talking about loss of children. And I think if I knew or known about that when I was going through my journey, it would probably be such a huge help, especially for a young man, you know, going through that. I think it could provide a good level of support. And that's not to say that it wasn't around at that time. I guess I just wasn't, I just didn't see it. But yeah, that was pretty much it really. I haven't really got anything else to kind of touch on. But yeah, just to allow your feelings, allow your emotions just to carry out, and don't even try to intellectualize, or, you know, trying to be so intellectual about it, or try and pinpoint what it is and why it is, and just allow it to do what it needs to do. You know, I'm speaking from someone that has gone through stuff, that obviously had a recent release, and just knowing that, you know, like sometimes you might think it's all good and it's all, you know, because I genuinely feel that way, but sometimes, you know, some things just hit you a little bit different, and that's okay. The beautiful thing for me is when I'm feeling a particular way, like even when the emotion is flowing, I'm still able to dive a little bit deeper and really get to a place of a true understanding. So like I really have an understanding of why, you know. And yeah, fasting has definitely helped. If you want to face yourself in the most fastest, in the most purest way possible, fasting will definitely take you there, because you're not suppressing your food, you're not suppressing the things that you'd probably usually use. And yeah, if it wasn't for fasting, I definitely would say I wouldn't be in the place that I'm in now. But all these things play a part. All these things are tools that you can use to help you along your journey, if you're aware enough, if you're open enough. And life's good. Life is really good. And you know, you've seen me on videos for the longest time, and I'm genuinely like in such an amazing place and space, and I have the space to help and support other people. I have the time to really share information with people, because I just want to see people good. I just have love. I have a big heart. I'm a very patient person. Not much really bothers me like that, and that's just a testament to the journey that I've been on and the experiences that I've had. But I'm gonna leave it on this note. You know, I'm gonna leave it on this note. Not everyone can feel how they truly feel, and sometimes it's not about reading a book about a particular thing. Sometimes it's just okay just to, if you feel like going for a walk, go for a walk, because you know your body keeps a score. And when you allow yourself just to be, we're human beings. We need to stop doing so much and stop being human doings. You know, I understand that, you know, we have things to pay for, we've got bills to, you know, all these things, but if you ain't got your health and your well-being, you really ain't got nothing. You ain't even going to be able to work the job that you're working that's, you know, financially supporting you or whatever it may be. So your health and well-being is priority, and that should be at the forefront of everything. You know, sometimes you might find it hard because you've got other things to worry about and stuff, but nothing really matters. Nothing really matters, and nothing's that deep. Nothing's actually that deep. It's only the experiences that we experience over time, the longevity of an experience, that holds us captive. Particular thing. That's why sometimes we find it hard to move on. We find it hard to move on because we just keep suppressing. But you know, everyone's on their own journey, and yeah, that's it. But I hope you're well, hope you're good, and I will catch you on the next video.